The Stage Door Show, celebrating the independent artist. With your host, Dave Hondel.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Stage Door Show tonight. This is Dave Hondel. I got a great artist with me tonight. He's a rising rap artist out of South Florida by the name of Foolish. Hey Foolish, thanks for joining me tonight.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. It's my pleasure. You know, you've got a single out right now for the team. You're working on a new album. You know, and I saw your video on YouTube, man. It's an awesome video coming from a video director. You know, I appreciate good videos like that. And it's also, you know, got a real South Florida vibe. So talk about the song For the Team and also your video on YouTube. Talk about that, like where the song came from, what the motivation was, and talk about your video.
Oh, yes, I did. The song For the Team, that's a motivational song, and it's based on saying how you have to make a sacrifice for your team, and somebody has to sacrifice and ball out for their team. So I'm trying to show my whole team that's with me that I'm doing it for them when we all in it together.
Gotta ball out and do it for the team, hitting big shots and doing it for the team, grinding non-stop, doing it for the team, 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 for the team. Gotta ball out and do it for the team, hitting big shots and doing it for the team, grinding non-stop, doing it for the team, 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 for the team. I told y'all, RME, Reality Music Entertainment, it's our time. We got next. Ain't nothing y'all can do to stop it. South Florida, stand up.
So it's a good song. In the video concept, we shot it on Fort Lauderdale Beach. So I wanted everybody to see that South Florida vibe and just have a good time and enjoy the video and enjoy the scenery and let them see how we do it down here in the Sunshine State.
You know, I saw in your bio that you make music that relates to everyday people around the world, and tell me why that is.
Yes, that's why I created Reality Music Entertainment, RME, and all our music concept is to keep it real as possible. You know, we like to hit people in the heart, and there's no easier way to touch people and then to make real music. So we try to make all our music based on things we've seen or experienced or been through, so that everyday people can relate.
So, you know, I think now more than ever, that's true. You know, with things that are going on with COVID-19 and, you know, people kind of, you know, a lot of people out of work, a lot of people. I mean, this situation we got going on right now in the world is real tough. And does this kind of give you material for your music to try to uplift people?
Oh, yes. On my album, you will find a lot of songs of me talking about this COVID and all type of stuff that's going on in the world right now, because that's what I like to incorporate into my music. That's why I call it reality music. It's not fictional. Everything is based mostly on reality. And right now is a time where people really need music. They need inspiration. They need hope. And we trying to provide them with good music during this quarantine days. So that's how we doing it over here.
You know, talk about your name, the name Foolish. How did you get that name? How did you get that moniker?
Well, I'm always known for acting a fool, so I just decided to call myself Foolish. That's how the name came about.
That's a good name, though. I love it, man. That's very unique.
I'm always the life of the party, so I feel like Foolish, it fits me because I'm always going to act a fool, and even on the microphone, I'm going to make you laugh, and that's what it's all about.
Now, I noticed that in the video, too, man. You know, it was a really good upbeat vibe, and you know, and I interview a lot of artists, you know, and we do a lot of rap interviews, and when I saw your video, man, it made me smile. It was really well done, and I could really see that personality come through on the video. So definitely, you know, I wanted to ask you about the name because when I saw the video, I was like, I got to ask him where he got that name, Foolish.
Yes, I get that all the time. Everybody, why you call yourself Foolish? Why did you pick that name? That name means this and this. I told him, I said, well, I just picked that name and just flip it around and make it a good thing. If I want to act a fool, I'm going to act a fool in a good way. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And, you know, you're in a good location down in the Fort Lauderdale area, the South Florida. And for an indie artist, talk about the scene down there. Talk about the music scene, and I know tough times right now, but I mean, pretty soon we're going to be getting out there and be able to perform a little bit more. But talk about the scene down in South Florida, because I mean, it's really a music mecca. When you're talking about not just rap, but you're talking about salsa, you're talking about rock, you're talking about top 40 and everything. So where do you fit in, I guess, in that music scene down in Florida with your style of rap?
Oh man, we have so many flavors down here. It's remarkable. We have different flavors of different styles of music, from salsa to reggae to hip hop. But I feel, my music is going to always stand out and be different, because you can't compare me to no one, because my music is different than any other artist. So I like to create my own lane. I don't follow anyone. I don't copy anyone. I just stick to my style, and I feel like that's going to work. And it's going to pay off in the end. Just being unique and being yourself, it always pays off. So, because the people will see that you are real, and everything you say will hit home. You know what I mean? So I try my best to stand out and not follow the crowd.
That being said, which I think is great. And we talk about that in our podcast as well, as what sets you apart. But you just answered that. But yeah, everybody kind of has a musical influence, I guess, kind of growing up or even now. So what kind of influences, did you have when you kind of came into the music scene a little bit?
Growing up, my biggest influence was Master P. I loved his business mind and creativity and the way he built the empire. And that's what I'm trying to do for myself with this reality music entertainment. I want to build an empire and open doors for more artists in South Florida, and and just keep that talent out there and get this train rolling. So I looked up to Master P, Jay-Z, all the mastermind, all the big name guys that opened the door and created a dynasty. That's what I want to create. So Uncle Luke, even back in the days down here in Miami, but what he did by taking everything to the Supreme Court for us to be able to have our right to freedom of speech on the record. So I pay homage to everyone that came before me, especially everyone from the South, but I got love for all artists, no matter where they from. I love music, I love talent, and I try to take different things from different artists as far as in their hustle and try to apply it to my own, work in my own life.
And talk about that, because we talked about music or business. I'm sorry, and you talked about Master P, which is I agree with you completely. But we talk about the business of music, and now in the days of social media, it can be brutal at times, because it seems like if you don't post almost daily, people will move on to the next person sometimes. And with that being said, how important is your brand in the business, and how do you keep it relevant?
In this day and era, you have to have a social media buzz. No one is going to look at you if your numbers are not up, if you don't have a certain amount of followers. It all goes together. So any artist that's trying to make it, they have to get they network up and get their buzz up online. And there's a lot of free platforms, such as IG, TikTok, Facebook, things like that, where you can get your music out there and let people know that you have the talent. Because right now is the time to use it. And while everybody's quarantined and going through this, music is in need right now. This is all everyone's basically doing, is listening to music or watching movies or Netflix at home or something. So we got to help entertain the world and keep the world going and keep people with the same mind.
Talk about some of your music out there. I know we talked about For the Team and your video that's out as well. But I know you're working on a new album. Talk about some of the music that we're going to be hearing soon.
Well, I finished up my first debut album, and it's going to be released sometime next month through Reality Music Entertainment / Bentley Records. I have a distribution deal with Bentley. So this is going to be my first full album, and it's going to be real hot. I have so many flavors. You have the club songs, you have the love songs, you have the reality songs that hit your heart and make you want to cry. It's just so many different flavors.
Girl, you know you're so amazing. Girl, you know you're so amazing. I'm digging all our conversations. I want you, no hesitation. You loyal and you dedicated. Ooh, girl, you know you're so amazing. I'm digging all our conversations. I want you, no hesitation. You loyal and you dedicated. I saw you on your snap, babe, and I wanna chat. You know you fine, you know you all that. You hit me back, and then we video chat. I like your sauce, girl, you know I dig your swag. I always act a fool, I always make you laugh. You say us dudes, we just trying to smash. I'm trying to have a good time and make it.
I have a few of my artists featured on there. Young Jigger, he's a hot R&B singer coming up, and that's my nephew. And I'm telling you, he's gonna blow the doors off on that R&B scene. So me and him have a couple of songs together. My brother RT, he's also on the album, and we just gonna hit him with so many different ways and show this talent that has just been waiting to come out.
Baby, let's go, let's get away. You've been floating through my mind all day. No games, I ain't got time to play. Tighten up, girl, make some shake. Baby, let's go, let's get away. You've been floating through my mind all day. No games, I ain't got time to play. Tighten up, girl, make some shake. What's on your mind? What you got going on? Real, I know you see me calling your phone. I was calling.
So it's called Acting the Fool. The album is called Acting the Fool, and it will be in stores and on all platforms next month. And I'm excited about it, and I let a couple of people get a preview, and they're going crazy over it. So I'm liking the feedback and the reviews I'm getting so far. So everybody better get ready for that new album, Foolish Acting the Fool. It will be in all stores on all music platforms worldwide.
Yeah, man, we can't wait to push it for you when it comes out. So definitely let us know about that. When did you start getting interested in actually performing music?
Music was always a big part of my life. Since I was a kid, I used to take my lunch money, save my lunch money every week, and just to go buy the newest CD that come out or whatever new artist. And I would sit home all day, and every song that I liked on the album, I would make sure I try to memorize and learn every word of every song that I liked it. And that was when I was a kid. As I got older, I realized, like, I can do this. So then I decided to start doing music, and I didn't put my all into it at first. It was just a hobby. But then so many people was telling me to take it serious, and I have a gift, and I should use it. So that's why I started putting all my time and my energy and my love into my music.
You know, if there was somebody right now, anybody, no matter who it is, that you'd like to collaborate with on a single, who would that be and why?
Wow, that is a hard question.
The reason I asked that question is because, people, I believe in business, the part of music, when if you can cross over and open yourself up to a brand new audience, in another genre of music. I mean, to me, it's about, like you said, the business of music. It's first of all, it's not easy to be in music, but if you can diversify yourself and get out there to another audience, I mean, I don't think there's anything better. But sometimes to do that, you have to kind of go outside of your genre. So it could be a rapper, it could be anybody. But I mean, who would you like to collaborate with? Have you ever thought about that?
Well, I have to say, if I had to choose one right now, it would be Chris Brown or Drake, because anything they touch is a hit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, those are two good ones, and I, honestly, it's and you got. I mean, the sky's the limit. You think about it. Right now, I think music with the streaming platforms out there, I think the sky's the limit for any artist. And if you look at artists like Billie Eilish and some of the people that have made it big. They're recording out of their bedroom, and they don't have a big crew, and it's like her and her brother, put a lot of those songs out themselves, and now she's multi-Grammy winner. So I think right now, for being an indie artist, there's no better time. But again, with that being said, it's also that way for everybody else out there too. With that being said too, it's not just about recording, but it's also performing. So what can people look forward to when they see your stage show?
Well, I'm going to live up to the name. I'm going to act a fool, and you're going to have a good time if you come to my show.
So what do you prefer? Do you prefer recording or performing live more?
I like the recording part, because it takes creativity, and it's nothing like taking a song from scratch and then making it into a masterpiece. You know what I mean? It just gives you a feeling that's undescribable once you get to you hear the beat, then you come up with your concept, then you come up with your hook, then you lay your verses, and then everything comes together. It's like a perfect sandwich, man. It's like making your favorite food.
What is your biggest frustration doing music, and what is your biggest thrill doing music?
Frustration is it's a hard grind. If you don't have the grind and you're not willing to invest in yourself, you're not going to make it, because there's going to be a lot of naysayers going to say, oh, don't do it. It's not going to work. It's not worth it. It's not good. It's not this. But you can't let it knock you. You have to have tunnel vision and be focused on your dream and just chase your dream. And once you put in your work and you see it start paying off, you'll understand and you'll look back and you'll say that it was worth it. I put in the work and now I'm reaping the benefit. So it all goes hand in hand. It has the good side and the bad side. You know, a lot of people, you have millions of people in this world trying to make music. So when the door is only open so wide, so everybody can't make it. So you have to be hungry, determined, and once it's all said and done, you give it your all, and whatever happens, let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. That was very well said. The other thing is criticism. How do you handle criticism when somebody maybe critiques your song the way you don't like?
Yeah, you know, that comes along with it. You're gonna have good stuff, you're gonna have bad stuff. But I just take criticism, I just take it and run. You know, I take it with a smile and run with it, you know, just listening to what everyone has to say. And then if anything I can tweak or add to my music, I try to add it in there. But, you know, critics, that's a part of the game. So it's no different from any other entertainment. You know, everybody has critics, whether you play a sport, whether you're making a movie or anything else. So you have to take the good and you have to take the bad and just stay focused on your plan and your vision, and never let no one talk you out of it or down talk you out of your vision and your dream. That's how I feel. So criticism is okay. You know, I just let it brush off of me, but I have a tunnel vision. So I'm just trying to focus on building this empire and making great music for the world.
Well, what kind of message do you want to leave your fans with your music? I mean, what when, you know, years from now, you know, when we look at your legacy, what do you want people to take away from it?
I want people to be able to look back and say, Foolish, he tried his best to make this world a better place, and he tried to touch people. And one thing about me, I'm always for the little people, so I always try to talk for the ones who don't have it, the ones in the struggle, the ones that can't eat, the ones that's broke, don't have any money. And so I want all the little people to know that someone is always with you and fighting. You know what I mean? So I always try to be a mouthpiece for the hood and for the ones who's struggling and just trying to make it day to day. So when I look back on my legacy, I want everybody to say that he was one of the realest rappers to ever do it, and he did everything from his heart. He didn't do it for the love of money. He didn't do it for the fame. Everything came from his heart, and he loved to give back and help people. And I feel like that's my job and that's my purpose on earth. So I'm just trying to give back and serve my purpose and, you know, do what I can to help this earth become a better place and make the world a better place. I'm trying to do my part.
Man, you have a great attitude. It's just I could see it in the video and this talking to you as well. I can definitely see that. So I definitely want people, my listeners, to go out there and check out Foolish and the new album coming up next month, which we will push when it comes out. So how can people find you on the internet? How can we tell them to go out and listen to your music? Where can they find you?
Well, they can check me out at Vede100 on Instagram, at Foolish Rapper 1, the number 1. That's on Twitter. And they can find me on TikTok, Reality Music Entertainment 19. And my YouTube channel is Reality Music Entertainment. And you can check all my videos and new music and some of my artists. It's a lot of all our material is on my YouTube channel. So the best way is to check out our YouTube, Reality Music Entertainment. That's our YouTube channel. And you can hit us up on social media at those platforms that I just given out.
Well, I can't thank you enough, Phyllis, for joining me tonight. I mean, really, seriously, you have a lot of good things going for you. And like I said, you have the right attitude going into the music business, and being from somebody that's been in the business for a long time. I appreciate that. And like I said, I can't wait for your album to come out, so let us know when that does. So thank you again for joining us tonight.
Oh, I appreciate you guys having me. I had a great time, and I hope everybody is ready. I want everybody to get ready for Foolish.
Gotta ball out.